Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thousands of memories are created and captured in each photo taken on your magical vacation. We proudly present Capturing Magic, where we help those moments live on forever.
Hey everyone, welcome to Capturing Magic, where we are using technology to create and capture magic memories. This is episode 34, recorded on Tuesday, April 30th, 2013. I'm Steph from capturingmagic.me. I can read. I should not read it because that's when I mess up. When I try to read it is when I mess up. And I'm joined by my co-host Brittney Leavitt, who can be found at britishdesigns.com, where she designs digital scrapbooking supplies. Hi, Britt.
Hello.
And we have joining us today Stephanie Haining, who I can't remember where we can find you, Stephanie. What's your website?
It is going to be new, so nothing like a deadline. Hainingmade.com.
Perfect. Hainingmade.com. And it's Haining.
Yes.
And Stephanie is also the newest member of the Capturing Magic team of writers. Yes.
Yay!
We're so excited. And it's our first primary paper person.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, no kidding. So that's really exciting for us, I think.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're excited to have you because you have tons and tons and tons of great ideas that you shared with me. And so that's actually why we're having you here today, is because I told Britt, I was like, I didn't want to keep doing Magic Minis with it seemed silly for us to be sharing your ideas. And so I thought we really just need to do a whole show and have Stephanie come on and share her ideas with us all.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. So let's jump into it. Let's remind our guests first before we jump into it. What park you usually go to and who you usually go to the parks with.
I am a California girl, so Disneyland, and I go with my husband and my son predominantly.
And he's a little guy, right?
Yeah, he's 2.5, so he's gone once. But the rest of the time it's been my husband and I.
Fun.
Yes.
Okay, now we'll jump into your wonderful ideas, which I'm really excited for everyone to hear.
All right. So I guess the one that you had asked about was my iPhone case. So it's one of the best ways to carry the memories with you. And I had stumbled across a company called GetUncommon.com, and there's plenty of other places that'll do custom. But they seem to have, I really like their cases. They're nice, sturdy, and the way they're printed, it's so that they don't the design won't wear off. And so the first time I had done it, I had a picture of the castle that I just loved. And so I did that, of the Sleeping Beauty castle. And it was on my iPhone 3G. And even when we were down at the park, one of the cast members commented on it, like, where did I get it? So I thought that was pretty good if they're around the merchandise all the time. And I always got comments and compliments on it. And then when we upgraded to our 4Ss, I decided to use a different picture, which was still a great picture of the castle. But in my eye, it was just the blue of the sky was so blue that when it printed, it almost looked dark navy blue, which just seemed to be a little off to me. But it still was a great case. And then I had gotten a coupon from the company for $10 off. I was like, well, if they're going to give me $10 off. So I decided to play a little bit more and used an app from the Mac App Store called Picture Collage Maker. Mm-hmm. And I scanned in the map from Disneyland and then used this app where it kind of makes it look like you've dropped photos down onto a background. And so it kind of has a nice scatter look.
Yeah.
And filled them in with different pictures of my husband and I, and also my son and husband and I, all at Disneyland from like the first trip my husband and I took together.
Cute.
To the one last year. And so it has some of, my most favorite photos of all of us. And then you can kind of see the way I've laid it out. It says, Fantasyland up on the upper right-hand corner, but so you can see a little bit of the map peeking through, but it's predominantly the photo. So it looks like, a bulletin board full of photos. And so I get a lot of comments on it and stuff. So it's fun.
So cute.
Very cute. So do you have a picture of that we can put in the show notes?
Yes.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Don't you have that on your... Maybe
Yes.
you don't want everyone to go to your blog, though. But, yeah. Send us a link to wherever you have it posted that you don't mind sharing.
No worries. I'll put together a whole I'll send
list
over
for
the Google document that I'm working off of right now. So
Perfect.
And so, yeah, so I get it. It's a great case, sturdy, and it's got the lip around the face so that when it drops, because when you have a 2-year-old, your phone finds the floor a lot.
Even when you don't have a 2-year-old, your phone finds the floor a lot, but it's just you because you're old and clumsy.
Yeah.
That would be me.
It will, it's both for me because it's the 2-year-old and I'm old and clumsy. So, so the lip of it takes the brunt. So knock on wood, there has not been any crack screens.
Yeah,
Cool.
I have to have that too. And there are so many custom cases that don't have that on it. And even most of the ones that all of the ones that the D-Tech line that they sell at Disney, they don't have the protective edge.
Yeah, so my husband's gotten 2 cases from them now. I've sent people there all the time. It's just, I really like, and I'm getting no, feedback,
No negative
I'm not
feedback.
being paid by the company. I have paid for all 3 of the cases I've got through them, and I really, really liked them.
And so how much are they?
They are, depending on the style, like $29 to $39.
Not bad.
No.
That's cheaper than the ones you buy in the park.
Yeah.
The
And
ones
also-
in the park are like $40 or $50.
And if you can make it exactly what you want it to look like, and it's going to protect your phone, which you've paid a pretty penny for, it's worth putting the investment in the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have these, I'm looking at this new thing that they have, and I'm guessing that you could do custom print on them as well, but they're the clearly undeflectors,
I saw
undeflector
that.
for the white phones. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a clear case so that you can see your cool white phone, but then it has printing on top of it as well.
That's very cool. And it shows a custom picture on there too. So it looks like you can do that.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't gotten those. The ones I've gotten, can't remember the name of them, if it's the bumper or the deflector.
So are some of these like hard cases and some of them soft?
I'm not sure. I've only gotten ones that are hard cases.
Okay.
Yeah, usually it's called the bumper is what they call that edge, the protective edge around the outside. They usually call it a bumper, I think.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So great.
Good to know. Because there's a lot of companies out there that do these, but you never really know, is it
How
going to
the
be
printing
good?
is
Is it going to be, is it going to rub off?
Because when I saw them, I was at Macworld that I saw them in the first time and actually went home that night and ordered one.
Oh, wow.
And because I just, you could see it and they showed, I guess it's some sort of printing where it's not just printed on, it's more almost printed into the plastic. Mm-hmm. So it's, kind of, I wouldn't say etched, but it's because it's a smooth case, but somehow I don't know what the technology is. It just, it works. It looks pretty. It keeps my phone safe. It's all good.
Good.
Yeah. It's kind of embedded into the plastic. Yeah, they have a lot of, it's kind of a cool technology because they can do that on metal and stuff too. So it's infused is what it is. That's what I want to say, yeah.
And, everyone knows it's my phone. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. That's really cool. I totally want to order one.
Yeah, and it's fun when you, the one thing I did have with the collage maker was a lot of trial and error of creating the image and making it big enough and then uploading it and then seeing how it laid out. Because they do give you a little guideline of where it's going to print.
Right.
And so just making sure that no one's heads got cut off.
Right.
And when it wraps around the side and everything. So it was just kind of playing that little trial and error. But you're playing with Disney pictures, so it's all good.
Can't be too painful, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so I just as you said that, I quickly on their FAQ, because sometimes they'll put information in there, and this is really great information. So it says that the file size needs to be less than 10 megabytes, and it should be in RGB color mode, which for digital scrapbookers, that's your standard mode that your graphics come in. 300 DPI, which is also standard in digital scrapbooking, and if you're customizing, it says that the image should be at least 1900 by 1200 pixels in order to cover the entire print area. For iPads, the images should be 3000 by 3000 pixels.
You can do an iPad?
You can do an iPad!
Because that would be really awesome to take like a digital layout and put it on a page. Or put it on an iPad.
They don't have iPad minis, which is what I have.
I bet
I'm sure they're going to be coming with it soon enough, because they get when they have the new case or the new phone, they're right on it. So I wouldn't be too surprised.
Oh, you can even do for a MacBook.
Oh,
cool.
Like skins and stuff?
Oh, but not custom. But they have really pretty colors.
Cool.
What a fun site.
Yeah, isn't that?
And they have gift cards, so you could give a gift card as a gift.
And then they also have, you can even, if you want, you can share an image that you've created. I haven't done that because just, pictures that I've taken in the castle, or definitely not the one with, I don't know of anybody else who wants the case I have now. But they also have different artists that have made different designs that you can, so if you don't want to customize one, they have ready-made cases.
Yes, if you don't know how to do that, perfect. Great idea. To include that information. If you don't know how to customize yours, or you don't want to, go search through theirs and see if there's something that somebody's shared. And just a word of caution too, if you do want to share yours, make sure that you own all the copyrights and you're not including graphics and images that you don't own, because that can cause problems. Like digital scrapbooking supplies, it might make some designers mad. So, okay. Go ahead with your next one.
All right.
That was such a good one. I'm excited.
Yeah. So I've done mini books. So I did the board book for my son when we went down to Disneyland last year with the Pint Size Productions. And I just have to say, that book is awesome. It is well loved. It's had one little kind of tear on the edge, but other than that, it's held up for the year and a half we've had it. And it's great. I throw it in the diaper bag or have it with his, bedtime books. And it's just lots of fun for him to look through. And that one, it's super simple. You just upload your, the photos you want and put some text underneath it and you're good. Would have probably benefited if we had double checked our spelling of Eeyore. But other than that, we could, but hey.
Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah. It's spelled like Eeyore. So.
Yeah.
Oops.
So I have some questions on that one, because we did cover that. Yeah. We talked about it a little bit in one of our Magic Minis. So did you do the full photo pages, or what did you do?
The way it is, I would have loved it if it was the full pages, because then I could have, made a couple of mini layouts digitally, or even made some paper ones and scanned them and then just uploaded that. The way it is, it's one picture per page with about an inch or 2 inches at the bottom. That's white, and that's where the text goes.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't put text, you just have this white border. So it was just kind of, my friend Minnie,
right.
Turk is trying to steal my breakfast. It was just kind of real basic what's happening in the picture.
Yeah, it's too bad that they won't let you do a full bleed.
That would, I would have loved that, because then I would have probably sat down and maybe played with some digital products and tried to put something together.
Yeah.
Because then you could put more than one picture. But then it is kind of like a very simple board book for a toddler, that it's one picture, a few, one sentence about the picture, and you go on.
Something that as they learn how to read, they'll be able to read by themselves easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Great ideas.
And then I did do a gift book for a cousin when they went down to Disneyland for their daughter's 5th birthday, and it was really cute. They had a Twitter account where it was one where you had to be approved to see it. And so they were tweeting from the weekend, and would put up a couple pictures and everything. Totally adorable. And I didn't have any pictures of a recent trip, and every now and then you just need to scrap something, Disney. And so I had previously taken a Kathy Zilski class at Big Picture Scrapbooking, where she had this template about taking either your Facebook status updates or your tweets and creating this little mini book about just everyday stuff. So I took it and just applied it, used the template. And so I would take a couple of, however many pages are in a sheet protectors of a standard American Crafts album. And it was a super simple little template. Unfortunately, the class, it doesn't look to be, I looked online, doesn't look like it's a self-paced anymore, but it's a really simple, it was just a little square. There's a clipping mask in the upper right-hand corner to put like a 2x2 photo. And then you just put the status update and the date. And so really cute, really simple. And so I threw that together for them, and they loved it, because it would be the picture that went with the tweet about, we're going on Thunder Mountain now, and on her birthday, she got the telephone call because they were staying at the Disneyland Hotel from Mickey Mouse. And so it was her reaction, whatever they had tweeted. And if there was a picture to go with it, I matched it up and sent it to them, and they loved it.
Fun.
So it's just a little 6x6. Again, perfect for young readers.
Right. Kathy Zilski, I know she did move some of her self-paced classes over to designerdigitals.com.
Okay, so it was the Everyone Can Write a Little class.
Okay.
Was the name of it.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be there or not, but that's just an option to check out if people want to.
If it is there. If not, it's a really simple... I think the information about it might still be up on Big Picture. I don't know. So you can kind of go and get some ideas to play with on your own, just as a good inspiration point.
Perfect.
And so I am predominantly a paper girl, but I do love to play with fonts and shapes and all different things. And so I have done, and I love the vintage Disneyland. And so especially their original sign that they kind of brought back into some of their merchandising around the 50th anniversary.
Yes.
So I had done a class at a local scrapbooking store where we did a mini book kind of based on that. And it was doing a lot of using oval cutters and circle cutters and to try and replicate that. And then now when I have cutting software that I can just lay it all out and cut it much easier, because you can find the fonts online. And so I've done kind of based on that design, I've done a title page where I made the original sign in paper. And then I've also done a word book from again for my son, where each letter is a page, but it's in that Orange Grove font. And then I backed it in the color, the coral, the turquoise, the yellow, and the green and orange of the original sign. And it looks great with Hipstamatic images where you kind of put the vintage filters on them.
Oh, fun.
And it would be great if, I had saved as a child, the ticket books. But
I know, right?
totally go great. And then in that same genre, when I did the, I had been playing around on one of the message boards, and everyone loved the Disneyland sign. And so some people wanted Disney World. So having never been there, I was kind of looking online and found a pin that kind of had that same feel to it and made one in paper that I'll give you the link to where it looked like. And then the best to go along with that is there is a sign generator online, and I'll send the link, where it's the how the old sign had that dot matrix display when you would arrive, and it would tell like the hours, whatever. You can type in your text, and it creates a JPEG that you can download that puts that text that you've typed in into the dot matrix display on the sign.
Yeah, because you sent this as a link to for us to use as a mini-me. So when you sent it, I went and played with it a little bit. It's so fun.
Yeah, it is.
Because you could like put on there, your family name and our vacation, the dates, all of that kind of, or you could put welcome, Smith family,
So fun.
Yeah.
And it'd be a perfect way to go with, if you're going to surprise your kids, you can, put, we're going to Disneyland, you can put all sorts of stuff on it. And then they even have different Mickey graphics that you can select to put on there. Some of them, I think they're a little too detailed to try and make out. So I just use the plain Mickey head.
Yeah.
It's simple. It expresses the point quite clearly. So I put one. I used that on the title page for my album from when we went down for my birthday.
Fun.
So fun.
Yeah. And I don't remember what the resolution is when you export those.
I don't either.
But I thought I remembered thinking, that would be big enough you could use on a digital layout if you wanted to.
When I did it, I printed out one, just a little 4x6, and it's hanging up on a refrigerator. It totally looks like a postcard from the park.
How fun.
And it looks, it's not museum quality, but it's just also just hanging on our refrigerator. So,
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to generate one that says our family name, "We miss you, come back," and put it up.
That's cute.
I'm going to put it on our fridge. When you said fridge, I thought, I want one hanging on my fridge, and this is what I wanted to say. Really
Steph's
fun.
Family,
we miss you, come back.
You must come back. And
I just exported one real quick while you're talking.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And it's not very big. It's pretty tiny.
Oh, is it? Shoot.
Yeah. But you could definitely print it. Like you could definitely make, like Stephanie said, you could print a 4x6 easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the pixel?
Let's see.
Yeah, it does look, if you look at it carefully, there is a little pixelation. But it does, to me, especially hanging up on the refrigerator, it just looks like a vintage postcard.
Yeah.
So it should look a little.
It's 650 by 527, and it's only 72 DPI.
Small.
So it's tiny. And then when I put it in a scrapbook, I put it in on a 12 by 12 canvas, and it's only about 2 inches.
2.5 inches. Yeah.
That's not quite 2.5.
Yeah.
But you could enlarge it, I guess, and it would still be fine. But it's a really cute idea for sure.
Yeah. It depends on, how. It would
I don't know if you'd want to scrapbook it, but you could definitely print it and put it up in your house.
Put it on the
Yeah, and so when I put it into the title page, I think I printed it kind of like a 2x3. So it was an accent photo onto the title page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect.
And it would probably be fun to do on, if you were to do the 3D or the Viewmaster reels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that would be fun.
And that would be probably the perfect
size for that. Yeah.
Yeah, size and genre.
Okay, so on that note of the size, we were talking on the Digi Show today about the new updates that Adobe just announced yesterday for Photoshop. Mm-hmm. And one of them is an upsizing feature where it can take a lower resolution image and upsize it for you.
Oh,
cool. I've heard of that. I've heard the rumors that was coming, so that's good.
It's here. That, and they added the feature that we've all been dying to have for a long time, or at least I have. Because I don't delete photos, because I believe that someday technology will be able to take care of every problem in a photo. And they release the blurring, that it'll fix a blurry photo for you too. If it was,
heard that too.
Yeah, it's out.
See, my husband told me that he's like, it's going to be a thing. Adobe's working on it. And I was like, whatever, that's never going to happen. How are they going to fix a blurry picture? But I'm like you, Steph. I don't delete any of my pictures, but yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's exciting. I saw videos of it done at Adobe Max a couple years ago, and now it's finally going to be in the latest version of Adobe Photoshop. So
cool.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, go on with your list, Stephanie.
Okay. So I'm also one of these people that I I look at something and I want to figure out how I can make that, or I can, I have all of these scrapbooking supplies and I have some computer background. How can I make that so it fits exactly what I want it to do? And so one of them is with the Small World, when they redid it and they put in the Disney characters as the Small World dolls. Mm-hmm. I love that. And so, I have a million pictures inside Small World. One of these days, I will enjoy the ride without a camera in front of me. I keep coming up with these great, you're a scrapbooker when the idea for the layout is in your head before you even step foot on the park.
Yep.
So, and God bless my husband, he just goes with it. He's just kind of he's like, hey, would you like to use this? He hands me the map. I'm like, thank you. So, one of them was I had taken pictures of all the, the Peter Pan and Alice and Cinderella in the ride. So I'm like, okay, how am I gonna do this? And so I do have a Cricut and I have the paper doll dress up cartridge. So it was one of these, I got the idea in my head.
Fun.
And it was one of those where it was in my head and I had to write it down and get it out of my head so I could go to sleep that night. So I'm kind of flipping through the idea book that comes with it. And I have the pictures laid out and I'm looking and trying to figure out how to take those cuts and make them fit into looking like and I had seen a layout somebody had done online where it was a Buzz and Woody, kind of like these little paper dolls. And I was like, that is adorable. And I had asked her where she got it. Well, she'd gotten it from a kit, from a seller in England that I don't even think exists anymore. And I was like, okay, that's not going to help me. So kind of played with it and wrote out how to do it. The one that was kind of giving me a little trouble was Mulan. Finally figured out how to do her using, there's a knight in armor on the cartridge. Yeah. So used that and tweaked, cut out one in dark green, one in light green, and cut the arms off of one of them so the dark green showed through, and basically kind of played with it all. And then to remember how to do it again, and I had been a computer teacher, sat down with an Excel sheet
nice, and
wrote out in a complete Excel sheet the color, paper, what character on the ride it is, what character on the cartridge it is, which one to print out, which special feature you use. And then I actually have taught it as a class at a local store. And I give the people the Excel spreadsheet two ways. First, to cut everything, we sort it by the color of the paper. So you just cut each paper.
Yeah.
And then to assemble them, they have the one that's sorted by character, so they can put it all together.
Nice.
So I did that. And then I had seen online a bunch of people doing the Mouseketeers using the everyday paper dolls. And that's kind of the same process. Just kind of going through and playing.
I think I've seen that. Is it a 2-page spread that you put together with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen it on Pinterest.
Oh, the paper dolls?
Yeah, the Small World paper dolls.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah. And I thought it was adorable.
Yeah, so I did it with, and I also, if it's the one I did, they're in, the pictures themselves, I cut out Polaroid looking frames.
Cute. Yeah,
So
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay.
I'm going to see if I can find it. But yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, it's just kind of I try and figure out, how can I make this work? And in that same end, I try and I love fonts. Love them, and dingbats, and trying to find fonts that match some of the attractions in hotels. And so World of Color was one of those where I'm like, okay, what is that font? Well, it's not a font. It's a specialized logo. So yeah. I found the logo as a ping and traced it. And then I took a piece of white cardstock and used Glimmer Mist to get that gradient. and then ran that piece of paper through the cutter with the logo.
Cute.
And so
Very cool.
that created that. And then I did the same kind of thing with, there's some dingbats out there for Thunder Mountain and the mansion, Haunted Mansion, and ones that look like they would go with either the Jungle Cruise or the Tiki Room. And so kind of playing around, I did the same thing using Glimmer Mess to create the gradient and cut out the outline of the Thunder Mountain.
Perfect.
So I like to make my own embellishments and make it work.
Out of paper piecing, right?
Yeah. And probably one of the ones I love, the World of Color one, I was really, and again, it was one of those, the idea was in my head long before. I was like, okay, I have these pictures. How do I get this to match what's the idea in my head? And when we stayed at the Grand Californian, I love the arts and crafts, architecture, and the fonts and the stylized. So I found a font that's pretty darn close to the Grand Californian and made a title. And then I also scanned a piece of the stationery from the hotel that has the logo with the tree with the hidden Mickey in it. And that one you have to cut big because there's little teeny tiny pieces. So I made that as an embellishment on the page, just from taking what was, from art. I kept every piece of paper.
Artwork.
Yeah.
I love finding fonts. We've talked about this before, and Britt does it too when you're in Disney, just trying to identify fonts and then going home and trying to figure out which ones.
Yep.
It's so fun.
Have you heard of the app, What the Font?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I've never been successful using it.
It's hit or miss with me as well. I think I might have put it back on my phone. I'm going to give it another try. So sometimes when it works, it's fabulous. But they also have a website too.
Yeah.
Where you can put in the address. And so sometimes it works and sometimes it's kind of what?
Yeah, because their website, does it generate suggestions just like the app does?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't realize that. I thought you were just like submitting something and then they went through and made suggestions. Someone's eyeball pieced it up.
Yes. No, it'll do the same thing where you put it, it'll say, what letter is this? And you make sure that it matches up the letters.
Cool.
So, and I did
Very cool.
Similar with the Storyteller Cafe, found that kind of arts and crafts font. And when we had the character meal, kind of made it attempted to make it look like the room. So that's where I have fun, is to
Yes.
So I am hybrid. I do.
Sort of.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love all your paper piecing stuff you've done, like the little dolls and stuff. They're so cute.
So cute.
Even love it. It makes me want to do paper stuff. They're so cute.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun to do, and it was a really good stash buster, because when I first did it, just to see if I could, I used scraps.
Oh yeah.
Smart.
And just kept writing down, okay, what size, what color did I use, and so it was fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So many
Do you
good
have more
ideas.
ideas? Or did we go through them?
I
Are we
think
at the end of your list?
that is the end of the list.
Awesome. Awesome. So many great ideas. I'm really excited. Especially to go get me a phone cover.
Yeah.
Phone cover. For sure.
Really?
And my pick will help people with that if they're not digital scrapbookers. Yeah. So, should we move into picks with pixie dust?
Sure.
Yeah. Why don't you do yours first, since you're already talking about it?
Since I did a little sneak
Teaser.
Just a little tease. Okay, so my pick is, and it's actually the same pick that I used for the Digi show that we recorded today. It'll be out earlier than this show, but it's for a different reason.
Okay.
For this show.
It's two picks in one.
Yes. So PicMonkey.com, and it's an online photo editing tool, but it does a whole lot more than that. It also will make collages for you, which is what I picked it for on the Digi show, because it it's like one of my favorite collage making tools because it's just super fast. And it's free. The whole program online is free. But one of the features that they have that I was really excited about that's so fun is you can add bokeh and sparkles to a photo.
Yay.
Very cool.
So that goes with our last week's show too.
Yeah, we were talking about bokeh.
Yes, and sparkles.
And the hunt for the Mickey Mouse bokeh.
Yes. You've already listened to that show. Wow.
I know. I'm like, didn't that just go up? Like,
Yeah, it did just last night.
she's on top of it.
She is really on
Do
top
my
of it.
research.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it just has different sparkles and bokeh that you can place where you want it. And I haven't experimented with the bokeh yet to figure out if it's just a brush so that you actually could make Mickey bokeh. Let's see. Yes, it does have a brush. So
Could maybe make your own.
you might be able to make your own.
I did see a DIY on how to make a filter for your actual real camera to do
Yes, you can. You can cut them out of. You can like hole punch them out of just the thing and then stick it in front of your camera and make it. It's possible.
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
I want that filter. I want the filter.
Exactly. I want the filter or the app or something that I just have to apply.
Gotta exist. We're gonna find it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the mission.
It is. So yeah, but if you wanted to have some of those same effects that we talked about last week and on regular photos instead of just phone photos, or you don't have an iPhone, then this would be a great way to do it. And it would also be a really fun way to create a phone cover, I think, by adding some bokeh or sparkles, or even use it for a collage. So, because they export high resolution images. It is free, but you can upgrade to a paid version that has a ton more options and fonts and really cool stuff. And I think it's only like $5 a month if you wanted to upgrade. So even the upgrade is affordable if you wanted to. I just have the free version because that's all I've needed. But if that's something that you wanted to do, add text to photos, all of that kind of stuff, and you don't want to learn a program, go for it. Or even because I use Photoshop and lots of programs, but I really like PicMonkey if I need to make a fast collage or something. I really like it. So
cool.
Check it out.
That would be good to use for your little custom phones and stuff.
Yeah.
Custom cases.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Britt, you have your pick?
Yeah. So mine is an article. It's actually from the New York Times, but it's just about how to pack for 10 days in a carry-on suitcase, which to me seems impossible.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently it's not.
Wow.
So I'm totally going to try this next time. I meant to try it on our last trip. We just went to Las Vegas, and I meant to try it even though we were not going for 10 days. But for me, it was hard. I did pack in a carry-on, but I was only going for like 3 days, and it was still hard. But it's all about rolling instead of folding, placing shoes on the bottom, and anyway, it's really interesting. And I guess it's written by a flight attendant who does this like
they would
all
know
the time. Yeah. Like she just has to pack in a carry-on like for her, like always. So she knows what she's doing. And then there's also a really cool technique toward the end where she talks about how to pack stuff that you need to keep maybe like unwrinkled. Like rolling helps, but like if you have a dress or something nice, like she lays it in the bottom and has the ends kind of flap out, and then she packs everything on top of it and then folds those over the top. Does that make any sense? Yeah. I'm doing a lot of actions here that you're
doing hand gesturing.
Yeah.
You're doing stuff. You're talking with your hands.
But anyway, you can just read it. You'll see it in the article, and you just click through. It's like a slideshow article, so you have to like click through it. At first, it confused me when I first saw it, but
I don't love those slideshow articles.
Me neither. But so you just click through and read. Each little picture has a caption, and that's the way the article is laid out. But anyway, it's very cool. I'm going to try it because, I mean, we all have to pack when we go to Disney. So
absolutely, unless you're going to wear the same thing the whole time, which I have heard of people's 12-year-old boys doing.
Ew.
Yeah, because they accidentally forget. Or whatever. I don't know how that happens. But anyway.
Well, apparently it's possible to pack for a 10-day trip in a carry-on suitcase.
That's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, Stephanie.
So going with the fonts and things, and I had mentioned using the Thunder Mountain. There is a site. It's David Occhino Designs, and he has the most amazing fonts. And he has a couple of free ones. And it's the Big Thunder Dingbats. There's the Forbidden Eye, which is the font from the Indiana Jones ride from inside the queue area.
Uh-huh.
And then it's called Mansion Crypt Bats, but it's for the haunted mansions. And it's really cool. He has on there the kind of the outline of the different mansions. So the one in Anaheim, Orlando, and then the Phantom Manor in Paris. So, and then different dingbats that go along with each of the rides. So they're really, really cool. And then he does have some paid fonts that kind of go with the different attractions.
Yeah, his fonts are beautiful. And
I know.
Yeah, I love that website.
And kind of going, I guess it would be my pick part 2, because I do have so many fonts. And I was getting kind of, okay, how do you organize them in Font Book, and how do you know what they look like? And I was getting tired of kind of scrolling through and looking. Found an app through the Mac App Store called Ultra Character Map. And it takes all of the fonts that are on your computer, and you can print out a character map, which is really helpful for the dingbats. So you can see what all the different characters are for that font. Cool. And probably the most useful thing is you can print out a font catalog. Awesome. So you can put down that it'll do ABC in capital and lowercase, and then 1, 2, 3 for each font, or you can have it, if you wanted to do a specific text, or if you wanted it to do Greeking, or if you wanted it to say the Quick Brown Fox. So it'll print that out so you can have a visual to look at to see what you have and what will match what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So I've used both of those a lot lately to make some fun stuff.
Okay, now, David Occhino, how do you spell his website? I know I've been there before, but I'm...
Occhino.
Perfect.
Yeah, DavidOcchino.com. He has a lot of good fonts. Most of them are paid, but the free ones are really good too.
Yeah, the dingbat ones that he has are free that are really great.
Yeah, so there's, and I need to get the link of it. One of these days I'm going to share it as a pic, but there's a website that I go to that has a catalog kind of Disney fonts, and paid fonts and free fonts that are equal to different attractions and rides and different things in the parks and stuff. And these ones, some of them are the ones, I believe, the ones that Disney actually has used for some of their stuff.
Was a site that, and I had it on my Pinterest, that this person had done this designer type thing and it was based out of Disney World, but it totally applied to Disneyland, where had a collection of, I want to say, about 20 fonts per land that kind of matched the different attractions and things in the land. Yeah. And I am so glad that I went actually one day and downloaded them all, because now when I go to it, it's vanished.
Really?
So I don't know if it's moved, if anyone out there knows what I'm talking about, knows where it went. Because it was awesome. It had, Fantasyland Main Street, so it was all fonts that were...
It's probably the same one that I'm talking to. I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah.
To see, let me go see it. I think I've got it. I thought I had it pinned too, so that I could remember what it was, but I don't. But it's gone, huh? What was it? Do you remember?
I'm trying to pull it up. My Pinterest is doing weird things at the moment, telling me that, oops, it's having hiccups.
Yeah. Yeah, but that David Occhino, I had pinned his site, and I'm pretty sure that they've used some of his fonts in official Disney stuff.
Yeah.
That does not surprise me, because they're very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're expensive, but that's because they're good quality fonts.
Yeah.
But like his Big Thunder font is $25, and you get it's, I guess, a lot, but you get 6 different kinds of fonts.
Right.
Like it comes in 6 styles and it's really nice. So I guess if you're just using it for a scrapbook, you don't want to pay $25, but
Yeah, to you and me, $25 is not a lot for fonts, but
well, it is. I don't like to, I'm a cheapskate.
Yeah.
Like paying for fonts, I'm like, ooh, but it's nice. And if you get 6 different things, I don't know.
Exactly. It's kind of, how are you going to use it? But and it's definitely, you get what you pay for. It is worth the $25.
yeah.
And the dingbats that's free, I think, are
the dingbats
phenomenal.
Yeah, I always think that,
really cute.
paid for fonts are usually, the quality is really good. You're going to get, especially if you're going to do any cutting with them,
Yeah.
they're going to be better quality than most free fonts. There are a lot of good quality free fonts out there, but they're hard to find. So, yeah, I just think most people aren't used to paying any money for fonts
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. And it's $25 for non-commercial use. Like you still can't use it commercially. So you can still only use it personally. I guess that's a lot. I shouldn't say that's not a lot because it is. But they're really cool. And it's fun to just look at them,
Yeah.
He has a whole theme park section in his little categories. So we can go through and see all the theme park ones.
So fun.
Very cool. Good pick.
Really good
Thank
pick.
you.
Yeah. I'm sad that other site got pulled down. Or they pulled it down. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can. Why
Because
is
it was a great resource.
Yeah, it was like
If you
you would click
find
on
it,
the
send it to us.
land and it would show.
Yeah.
It would say like Fantasyland written out in these 20 plus fonts.
Oh, see, the one that I'm thinking of was just a list of fonts. It was like Fantasyland, and then it had a list of fonts, paid and free, that were comparable.
that one.
That's the one that I've seen, Steph. That's the one I've seen.
Yeah, and it links up to all of these different. Yeah,
That's the one I've seen.
but I can't find it right now. But I will find it for the show
Okay.
notes.
I don't know where it is either, but that is the one I've seen.
Yeah. So. Okay. Did we all do picks? Did I skip anybody? Okay. I sometimes get lost there in my enjoyment of the picks.
Well, we went out of
section.
order, so.
We did go out of order, and that really throws me off. It's easy to stump me. Okay, so then let's go around one more time and remind everyone where we can be found. Britt?
I am at BritishDesigns.com. And that's where you can find my digital scrapbooking products in the shop and my blog and all that good stuff. So
Perfect.
that's where I'm at.
Perfect. Okay, Stephanie.
I am going to have a website up by the time that this airs. So, like I said, hard deadline. It's pretty much, it's nothing spectacular. It's in the finishing stages. And it's hainingmade.com. And there I have different paper products that I put together and for mostly, parties. I have some word books that I've done. So pretty much customizing, playing with paper.
Perfect. Yay. We have a paper person. We have a paper peep.
Yay!
That's me.
Yeah. Okay, and I am Steph, you can find me at capturingmagic.me, and where we are talking all about creating and capturing magic memories. And the iPhone apps, you'll want to check those out there as well. There are direct links from the site, and we're getting very close with our new update, and I'm super excited. I think it's turned into a 2.0.
Nice.
Yeah. He
That's
was sending me
exciting.
some stuff last night, and I'm like, I think we're going 2.0. I'm really excited. So yeah, it's very exciting. And let's see, you'll also find me at thedailydigi.com, where I'm talking with everybody else all about digital scrapbooking. And the DigiFiles, we just released a new issue of that, and you can get over $50 worth of digital scrapbook supplies for $7.50 a month. And you can also find me on the Digi Show. I don't think I've ever mentioned that before, but
Not officially. We've
not
talked
officially.
about it.
We have talked about it, but we have lots of people that are listeners here that I don't think listen over there. We have lots of listeners over there that
And vice
listen
versa.
here. No, we do have lots of listeners over there that do listen here. But I think that we have quite a few listeners here that are new and don't necessarily know that I have that show over there. So I've been talking about it long enough over there that they're well aware that I have this show here.
We mention it over here sometimes, but kind of just in passing, like we assume people know or something.
Yeah. Like I think in the beginning I assumed that all of the listeners here were going to be listeners there too. But it's not. I think it's turning out to not be the case necessarily anymore. So yeah, you can, if you really want to listen to me for 2 to 3 hours every week, why? I don't know. But you can do that over with the Digi Show and this podcast. So there you go. Okay, that's it, I think. Did I forget anything? Oh, let's see. Email us your comments, questions at mail@capturingmagic.me. And if you have a tip or suggestion that you would like to hear, or like to hear us share on the show, then send that in as well. That's how I got to know Stephanie, actually. It was just because she started commenting on the shows and sending me tips. And so
being a pest.
Look, now she's a team member.
And now she's
on
a
the
team
show
member.
all the time.
Yeah.
This could be you, people.
This could be you. Stephanie was joking that I added her to the team just so she couldn't win the mini-me's anymore. So that's my scheme, really, so I don't have to pay people. Just add them to the team.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. And we will see you here next time where we will be capturing magic.